know you did the research.
Do you know what's
I just think Arsenal needs someone who's ready now, and he's 20 and I don't know. I just want someone who's kind of coming now.
He's definitely a better striker than Havertz, but I get what you're saying because of the age. Do you want someone that's a little bit more experienced then?
I want someone who's on fire right now. Marmoush is killing it. Victor Gyökeres is killing it. Osimhen, I wouldn't say he's killing it, but he has killed it before for Napoli.
Osimhen is the best. I think he's the best value for money.
Osimhen would change your fortune, bro.
I agree. I can already picture Potsy outside the stadium on AFTV talking about, oh, we got a proper striker. I can already envision it. 60 million. That is the best value for money you can get.
Osimhen would cook for Arsenal
because he is not worth 60 million. He's worth a lot more. He's only 62 million because of the release clause with Napoli. And that's the only time he can.
By the way, 60 million euros, by the way, Staffy. So it's even better.
If Arsenal don't jump on that,
I didn't even know that.
Imagine if Arsenal don't jump on this, Dan, and Chelsea go and get him, bro. Oh, bro, Arsenal fans should go riot, bro. You should go riot, bro. Seriously, bro.
Chelsea wanted him, man. So look, I would take him. There's others that I would take over him, but that maybe I don't watch enough of Osimhen. But I hear that he's quite wasteful at times, as well as he does do. But we just need a 9, man.
Who cares? Haaland has the most big chances missed in the league.
No, that's true.
But this is a bad season for Haaland. Let's consider that as well.
No. Even Nubbins, can you correct me, please? The last 2 seasons when he won the Golden Boot, he still had the most big chance missed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's because of how many chances City generated.
The best strikers tend to have the most big chances missed as well, because also the best strikers make their own chances. So yeah, absolutely right. Yeah.
Exactly. So Osimhen would be the same thing. The only worry about it is that I don't think this Arsenal team plays in a way where they cater for the striker. I don't look at their system. I'm like, yeah, just put a clinical striker in there and he's going to score 20 plus goals. It's just because I don't think you operate that way. There would be some adjustments needed, and I still don't rate your left winger. I said it in the summer, and I still stay on that. I think you probably need a left winger more than you need a striker. But you do bring in.
You know what the solution is, Staff, right?
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, bro. Listen, I'm all for it. 40 million.
Look at the screen, Potsy. You know what's happening.
Imagine Potts at the Emirates doing this. You're telling me you're not watching that video?
I swear to God, man. I swear to God, that happens. I'm tapped out if that happens. I'll tell you this.
No, but
me and Potsy are both have the same reaction to it. We both tap out. But we're for opposite reasons. I think Rashford goes to Arsenal and kills it. Scores.
No, man.
I think he kills it. I'd be so
move
scared.
outside of England. I'll be honest.
Yeah, you wanna know the problem with you, Terry? You work with Gunnar Solskjaer too much, and he just sold you a dream, and you've been convinced by his dream.
Nothing to do with Gunnar Solskjaer. No, it's not that.
Gunnar Solskjaer, the fraud.
Everybody is allowed to believe what they want about Rashford. I still believe. I have the same energy for Rashford as I did for Paul Pogba, as I did for Anthony Martial. As Mo said at the beginning on the Man United segment about the club, the mentality, the culture has ruined these players. Rashford probably should have left 2 or 3 years ago, but there's no way if all those guys are victims of the club, then so is Rashford. And I've always felt that if you take so many I believe that most of the players leave and look better elsewhere. I'm not going to change that attitude for Rashford.
100%, bro. 100%, bro. Like, people just forget how talented Rashford was when he first came to the scene, guys.
It's a mentality problem.
Bro, he's been ruined by that system and change of managers, guys.
No, but Mo, there's something not right with him mentally, man.
Bro, it's the toxic thing. It's what is going on at the club. The guy has been coached under so many coaches. And the fans, the pressure, the media, everything, bro.
Potsy, you must have had a mate. You're similar age to me, bro. Have you ever had that mate? He's turned into a dick, and then he breaks up with the woman he's with, and he turns out, he's fucking nice again. He's a good guy again now.
Yeah, man.
Where's he been? It's like a toxic relationship, and that isn't. People say. I think about a lot of players. Look at how much better Sancho looks outside of Manchester United since he's been at Chelsea. He was always a talented player. This is why I don't do but we shouldn't have kept him either. It was never going to work. Too much water had passed under the bridge. He had to move on. And as much as Staffy does this, I knew he was a good player. This is the problem with all these arguments. It's never been about whether they're good or bad. It's, are they working at Man United or not? And that's all I really care about, as opposed to, are they good or are they bad? And I just think that, listen, I don't want Rashford to go to Arsenal because I think he'll do very, very well there. On Victor Osimhen, though, I think that's a really good deal. Mamouche, as you mentioned, a very good season he's having. On Benjamin Sesko, he's a player that when I watched him 2 years ago, I thought, yeah, I really like the look of him. The one criticism I would have, and he ain't scoring. Look, he's got 29 goals at Leipzig in 65 games. which is a pretty good ratio, one in every 2 games. It was always considered. Listen, you older boys will know, like the likes of Andy Cole and the like were considered very good players, scoring 1 goal every 2 games. That isn't bad. I just sort of feel that if Arsenal can find someone with a slightly better ratio, they should. Maybe someone that's, I know that you can't score one, like you can't score 1 goal every 1 and a bit games in reality, but maybe someone who in 65 games has scored 40 goals. Just a slightly better ratio might be needed. Listen, I think for me, if I was in charge of running Arsenal and I could pick any striker that's feasible, and I agree with Sam, I think the 150 million for Isak is too much money considering what else is available. Yeah, I think Kudus is the guy. And I say that because I like the look of all the other players. Look, Osimhen is deadly in front of goal. I don't know as much about Mamouche. I haven't watched him enough to have a full opinion on him, so I won't include him in that because that would be disingenuous. But with Victor Gyökeres, he's got good touch. He's got good hold-up play. He can create his own goals. And when people say like creating your own goals, I don't think that necessarily means get it on the edge of the box, dribble past 2 players and bury it in the top corner, because that's quite rare. Kai Havertz misses some chances where I think a clinical top-class striker, it's a half chance. You don't have enough strikers or attackers at Arsenal that score the half chances, that score the ones where you think, oh, go and have a pop. Wow, it's gone in. Like Mo Salah does it for Liverpool. Haaland in his pomp, when he's he's still in his pomp. When Haaland's at his best, he does it regularly. An acute angle when you think, Man United, great example. Højlund's chance last night, Harry Kane's and inform Haaland's and Gyökeres's, I think they're scoring that, and certain players don't do it enough. Who was it, Larson, when he scored against Spurs the other day? I'm not saying by Larson. That goal he scored to equalise, those top strikers like the Gyökeres's, they do that 5 to 10 times a season. And that's what Arsenal kind of need, is somebody who can just score out of nothing, as opposed to Havertz scores the good chances you create. You need someone that puts those away and gets you 10 more goals, half chances, quarter chances, or what would be considered nowadays like low XG, if that makes sense. Low XG goals is what the kids call it. So, but Gyökeres is the ticket. It's just interesting that your media briefs are saying you've. What I'm hoping, and this is pure hopium, so spam it in the comments, is that he's coming to Man United in the summer and he's already told Arsenal, so Arsenal were looking elsewhere. I really hope we go for him.
Amorim is going to be at Arsenal in the summer, and then he's going to take Gyökeres.
Can you address this fantasy Photoshop, by the way, on the right-hand side of the screen? Because obviously that's not there for no reason, surely.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, listen, I still think Arsenal, they bid 80 million for Mykhailo Mudryk 2 years ago. They bid 80 odd million for Caicedo in the January window. I think they should be, I know you 100 mil. Bowen breaking his foot maybe changes this. I still think that Arsenal tomorrow morning should put an 85 million pound bid on the table to test the resolve of West Ham and say, we want Kudus 85 million. Because for me, a robot striker is important, but I like this guy Kudus. Out of all the players we signed from Ajax at Man United, the fact we didn't pick up him or Urian Timber still irks me to this day, right?
25 million, and we want for that bump for 75.
Crazy. And listen, Lawless, I don't think you'll do it, but I think they should try. And I'm just someone that always believes in the transfer market. You should try. I think you're better to try and fail than to not try at all. I think not trying at all is weak. And I know you don't want it to happen. And I know this will trigger you, Lawless, and I'm sorry, but Arsenal is so much bigger than you. The player's head will be turned, and Arsenal have got to try and force that point. They have to, because they could still win the league and Champions League from this point, but they have. I think they've got to add. They've got to add a player of that level. They've got to do it if they want to win those big trophies. They've got to show the standard.
Lawless is getting PTSD from the Rice thing. I can see it in his face already. Look at him; he's absolutely destroyed already.
Listen, as much as I love Kudus, yeah, they can sign him and they ain't winning the league. They weren't winning the league if Saka stayed fit. So I don't see they all rate Saka higher.
Was that the question? I don't think Terry asked you that.
No, I'm just commenting one thing that he said. They can still win the league. Mathematically, they can. So can Forest. Forest should sign Kudus then. But the point comes down to
they got the pull.
85 mil. Let's talk about 85 million pounds. If they bid 80, that's his release clause in the summer, right? So if they bid his release clause now, right, in January, it make no sense for us to take it. We want more now. Like you said, I agree with what you said. Try. They can try, and it will be rejected. Simple as. Because in the summer, if they want to spend the 85 mil, I'm pretty sure if you activate a release clause,
Yeah.
you have to pay it all up front because you can't determine, you
That's-
can't activate a release clause and dictate the installments.
You can't. I don't know how it works in England. In on the continent, it's different because you don't like in La Liga, for instance, you have to pay the league the release clause, and then the league then gives it to the clubs. You've got to pay it all up front. But listen, I hear what you're saying about that.